Warning: This creepypasta.
Warning: This Feelspasta contains content that may upset some viewers. If you are easily sensitive, please click away from this video. Viewer discretion is advised. I have seen lost freaky episodes of Teletubbies, but this one isn't scary this time. It's sad. You will need some tissues as I narrate this, so be prepared. It was my 19th birthday. I was opening up my presents and I just got a rare Teletubbies DVD that my mum found. The DVD was called Teletubbies, Kittens, and Other Stories. The cover consisted of the Teletubbies in a green background, with Purr being the nearest. The first 4 episodes listed were Kittens, Rebecca's Dogs, Basketball, and Dad's Portrait. The last episode listed was Dealing with Passings. What an unfamiliar episode title, I spoke. I felt really interested in this DVD. I thought of watching it, but I didn't have enough time to watch it because I had to go out for my birthday. So it was 4 days after my birthday and I finally got a chance to watch the DVD. The opening was normal, then it took me to the menu. It consisted of the Teletubbies from the episode Kittens, where they were watching the voice trumpet making meow sounds. I pressed play to watch them from start to finish. The first 4 episodes were good, but the final episode? It was so depressing. Before the episode started, there was a warning. This episode was produced in dedication for the passing of a young Australian Teletubbies fan, and this episode is put on this DVD to promote Teletubbies being pulled off of ABC. The content you are about to see is not for anybody who is easily sensitive. Watch at your own risk. Oh, I am so sorry for this young Teletubbies fan, I muttered sadly under my breath. The intro was normal. Even the voice trumpet said its regular intro line after the Teletubbies ran away. Where have the Teletubbies gone? The first segment started. Purr came into the shot, riding on a scooter, and noticed the narrator and walked up to him. "Uh-oh," greeted Purr. "One day, in Teletubbyland," the narrator began, "Ho was playing with her favorite rabbit, Popstar. Just then, a rabbit dressed in a red coat came hopping out of a rabbit burrow. There she is," the narrator said. Purr turned around and gasped when she noticed Popstar. "Ho, play with Popstar," Purr said excitedly. Purr stepped onto her scooter and rode it around, while Popstar began to follow her. Purr slowly rode her scooter in case she would run over Popstar. When Purr and Popstar reached the house, the former heard the windmill spin. She then ran out of the shot to find the rest of the Teletubbies. Dipsy was chosen for this TV event. The TV event showed a boy and a girl, presumably siblings, waving to the camera slowly. "Hello, hello," the 2 children said in a depressed monotone. The Teletubbies realized the children didn't look happy. They exchanged confused glances. "Come and see," the boy said. It showed a photo of a black and white dog with the girl and boy petting it. "This is our late dog, Roger," the girl said. "We really miss him." The boy and girl opened up their doorhouse and walked outside. They then came across their dog Roger's grave. "This is where Roger is buried," said the boy. "We can still hear his playful barks in our heads," said the girl, almost crying, shedding tears. The boy put his hand on his sister's shoulder to comfort her. Just then, they heard their mother call for them. "Maxwell, Nina, we have a slideshow for you." The kids looked up behind them and noticed their mother and walked back to the house. "Okay, kids, it's time for a very important afternoon to remember our beloved pet," Maxwell and Nina's father said. The slideshow started. The many pictures seen throughout the slideshow featured ones like the family adopted Roger, the kids playing with Roger holding his dog toys, Roger sleeping with the children and the kids, and Roger sitting on a grassy field. As soon as the slideshow ended, Jack and Nina then embraced and cried. Their parents then joined the embrace and patted them on their backs. "I miss Roger," Maxwell cried. "Me too," Nina said as well. The kids continued crying until it cut to another scene where they said goodbye. "Goodbye, goodbye," Maxwell and Nina said glumly, not crying anymore, but still sad. The Teletubbies said bye-bye back, but sounding sympathetic. The TV event repeated, and once it finished its repeat, it cut to the sun baby, but she looked like she was about to cry. It showed the final segment. It started with Purr riding her scooter, while her favorite rabbit, Popstar, followed her. "Uh-oh," Purr said, waving to the narrator. "One day, in Teletubbyland, Purr and Popstar were playing together," the narrator stated. "Purr and Popstar play with each other," Purr giggled. Purr then sat down on the grass and petted Popstar. She loved her favorite rabbit very much. She would never let anything bad happen to her. "Uh-oh, Purr," called Lala off-screen. This got Purr's attention. It cut to Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Lala with their favorite things. "I'll play with Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Lala?" Tinky Winky asked. "Yes," Purr answered. She ran to the other Teletubbies to meet her, leaving Popstar and her scooter behind. Popstar then walked up to Purr's scooter and sniffed it. As Purr and the others were playing, Dipsy asked her something. "Purr, Popstar Purr favorite rabbit?" "Yes, Popstar Purr favorite rabbit," Purr replied. She and the other Teletubbies then decided to play with each of their 3 favorite things. After about 19 seconds of playing, the Teletubbies heard the sound of metal falling and a skull cracking, startling them. The Teletubbies looked off-screen and Purr gasped loudly. Just then, it cut to the most heartbreaking scene in the Teletubbies episode. Popstar was lying on the ground, stunned, with Purr's scooter handle all crushing her head. "Popstar, no!" Purr screamed. The Teletubbies ran up to Popstar and Purr moved her scooter away from Popstar. She then picked her up and tried to check if she was okay. Popstar could move one of her paws. She seemed to be still alive. "Popstar, okay?" Purr asked worriedly. Popstar moved her paw for one more time and finally died. The Teletubbies were shocked. In fact, their faces changed from their regular happy faces to frowns. "Popstar, no!" Purr moaned, about to cry. "Oh no, Popstar has died," the narrator said, now crying. "Popstar died," the Teletubbies replied, sounding the saddest. Purr began to shed tears and started crying. Her sobs were very realistic. I felt really horrible watching this. Lala choked a couple of sobs, while Tinky Winky sniffled, trying not to cry. "Dipsy not cry, Dipsy not cry," Dipsy said under his breath, trying not to cry. However, he couldn't hold his tears back, he just sobbed too. Tinky Winky put his hand on his shoulder. It showed a shot of all the Teletubbies sobbing and grieving for Popstar. It cut to the baby son. She looked really depressed as she was crying. It then cut to another scene. This time, it showed the Teletubbies standing in front of a tombstone. The tombstone read, "Here lies Popstar, the best rabbit Purr had ever had." Popstar had gone up to heaven. She went to a better place now, the narrator said, about to cry. The Teletubbies nodded tearfully. "Teletubbies will always love Popstar," the narrator said. The Teletubbies always love Popstar," Purr said, starting to cry too. "And Teletubbies will always love each other very much," the narrator finished, finally crying. "Big hug!" the Teletubbies yelled in tears. The Teletubbies embraced and sobbed very hard. Their sobs sounded very real, as if their actors were depressed. They even began shedding dozens of tears as they embraced. It then cut to the sun baby sobbing. Her cries were heartbreaking to hear. Just then, the Tubby Bye Bye segment played. However, it was entirely sad. All of the characters sounded very depressed, and the sun baby sobbed the entire time. And throughout the entire segment, depressing piano music played. The Ragdoll and BBC logos were normal, unlike the previous 2 lost episodes I saw. And this time, the ABC DVD logo was normal. It then took me back to the DVD menu. I was stunned by this episode. I cried too. I thought of uploading the episode to YouTube so I could record it and published it. I had thousands of views, 500 comments, and 1K likes. I showed my mum the footage and she was stunned. She even cried for a bit too. My mum allowed me to keep the DVD since the lost episode wasn't disturbing and sadder. If you ever think of somebody you lost in your life, this episode I just saw would explain how everybody feels. Poor Teletubbies.